about the huge swing I posted yesterday. I don't entirely like energize, but if anybody has a suggestion for the right word that would be different, I think the feeling that I want is to move sort of low through the ball. So it is really more of a, I just don't want to call it hugged swing, but it is really more of a throw motion. I think maybe exit is not bad either. Ground and then exit, exit, exit. But you really want to think of, regardless of coming up with the right word, the swing being from here to here. Even throughout your whole swing, you really want to think here to here. If you cue that in, then all of this becomes a prelude to your swing. If you don't cue that in, you start to think that's the swing. You go from there to there, and that doesn't work very well. So as you're swinging and practicing, move the intention forward like this, right? So I'm still doing the huge, it's heave up, ground, energize. Heave up, ground, exit. Whatever word works for you, and if you don't, if it's not an E word, that's fine. So it is heave up, ground can be throw, right? So the idea is moving energy from here to here as if you're collecting the ball and throwing it. That's where you want your intention. That is huge. Huge difference from doing that to this. You'll notice it right away. If you just move your intention to there, you'll find yourself hitting the ball better. So that's one thing. And then the second thing I was thinking about is so I've learned two ways to sort of execute that move. So the way that is more common, I would say, is what you see most players do is you go ground and then you post up on that leg, ruin your knee like Tiger Woods, right? So that's one you can do. More strain on the back. I don't like that one myself because I learned a different one, and it actually produces maybe more power for me as well. And I think it's probably because, so all the sports I did, I played soccer, I played tennis, I skied, I skated. Everything was this. Everything was this sort of lateral, understanding the lateral movement. When you kick a ball, you lateral, you plant. You don't post up through the kick, you plant, go through it, right? So that's where my motor patterns are aligned, basically. So I learned this by learning the Mo Norman swing. So where he applied force was not in this part, right? But he applied force by going into the leg and then stopping hard. It's a little bit different. So the real force move is this one. This one, instead of, you could sort of go down, and that's your force move. With a Mo Norman swing, and you should try this, because for me, it's easier and produces more power. So it's go down into it, strong down into the ball, and then as soon as you break, same thing, this is breaking, this is breaking. Not really that different, except that the strong move is the one before. Strong move is to do that. That's where the energy is. Going into that knee and then stopping it hard. I think the thing I like about this too is because that force move is done and the club is just going, right? Through the ball, you're exactly at the same place all the time, right? So you're not this, maybe you're here, maybe you're there. You got to time exactly the combination of moving up and going through, right? You don't have to. Your shoulder keeps turning, so the club is you're still going up with your hands, but it's a more predictable version, right? So I'm going to demonstrate that again. We go heave up and round, round, elevate. So that's the strong one. So heave up, just like that. It's sort of the feeling of, it's the feeling of throwing this hip into this knee, right at it, right? Going this way, going to go right at it, and this knee is bracing against this direction. So when you're practicing, if you like that idea, and I think this is good even if that's not your move, think of this knee as braced against this angle right here, because that's where your pull is. Either, whether you're doing this or that, it's not pulling. For some reason, the pull is more, you'll feel it more a little in front at a diagonal. I think that's partly because your swing move is sort of moving that way, energy generally. So, right? So practice feeling really braced through that point when you practice. Right? There's where you want to be really strong, is right there. And then you can get all the way through the ball. If you're not strong there, you're going to have this finish. Right? You're going to get there, and now I'm going to fall over, so now I stop. So you see those people that they don't finish through the ball. So get braced all the way through. You can either go up, or you can just stay with it that way. Those are your choices. So think about that and moving. And again, like the first thing I said, in your mind, whatever else you're doing, your swing is here to there, here to there. Just keep that in your head the whole time, and that will fix a whole bunch of over swinging and all sorts of stuff you're going to do back here. You just won't do it because you know where you need to get to.